Hi, welcome. My name is Kathy Kramer, and I am with the Adult Education and Literacy Department at Joliet Junior College. And today I'm excited to be with Veronica Gloria, Executive Director of the Spanish Community Center. So, welcome, Gloria. Welcome, Veronica. Ah!
Thank you. It happens all the time. But thank you so much for having me. I've been looking forward to being with you today.
Oh, yeah, definitely. The Spanish Community Center is a really important community partner for our school, so we're happy to have you on today. So I have a few questions for you.
Hmm.
So the first one is kind of out of curiosity for me because 2020 has been just a crazy year, full of chaos,
Hmm.
uncertainty, but it seems like everyone I talk to can still find something positive. So I'm wondering, what have you found positive in 2020?
Something that I found very positive in 2020 that I think I'll remember for years to come is how much the community has been involved in helping each other.
Mm,
And I just want to give one example that we published an article with the Herald News, which is a local newspaper,
mhm.
and they mentioned about how Spanish Community Center was involved in the forefront of helping a lot of families with direct assistance. And we were not expecting this, but shortly after that article went out, and it was more of just a sign of the times that we wanted people to know how much need there was in the community. But through the mail, we actually received the newspaper clipping of the article with letters of encouragement from
Mm.
people that we'd never met before, and with donations ranging from $5 to $1,000.
Oh,
And these were
wow.
folks from throughout the county. We had some folks from Joliet, where we're located, but we had others from Lamont, from Frankfurt, from Bolingbrook, and other areas. So it was just a beautiful thing to see that in the community's time of need, even by just sharing our story, we had folks pouring out a lot of love and empathy for their fellow neighbors. And all of the funds that we got from that went directly back to the community. So it really was the community helping the
Hmm.
community.
Veronica, you might be the first guest I've had that's going to make me cry.
I know I cried when I saw that,
I
especially in
know.
the middle of the pandemic. Oh my gosh.
Oh, wow. That is so wonderful. But it kind of, I think it also, in a way, it doesn't surprise me because I see how our students come together at Joliet Junior College. Like they're really there. They
Hmm.
are a community and they want to help each other. But
Hmm.
yeah, that does warm my heart. Thank you for sharing that.
Thanks for asking.
Yeah, so what kind of, if somebody's new to the Spanish Community Center, what services do you offer?
So the way that I try to encompass the many things that we do is in four major buckets. And the first bucket is early childhood education. So we offer childcare for children 2 to 5 years old, and it's completely bilingual. We also offer social services. That umbrella covers a lot of things, everything from food pantry to housing assistance to state benefit assistance. To even if you don't know what kinds of services you need, but you want to talk through your problems and find solutions, we have a welcoming center that helps make sense to newcomers about all of our programs and also can connect people to resources throughout the county. The third bucket is immigration legal services. So for anyone who's looking to become a citizen, who's looking to renew their DACA, and we also have the component that we partner on, which is adult education. So we have the citizenship classes, ESL classes, parenting classes, and our adult education component is very, very important. And we often partner with people because we want to make sure that just as much as we're focusing on barriers, such as homelessness or food insecurity, we also want to focus on people becoming empowered through education. And
Mm.
that's a beautiful thing that JJC has partnered with us to make sure that people can continue to hone in on their skills and become just a more well-rounded person.
I like that. I'm going to actually put that into the comments. Empower with education. I think that's so important.
Hmm.
No, it's gosh, I love that. Yeah. So okay, so let me just make sure. So there's early childhood education, social services, legal, and adult education.
Mm-hmm.
And how far out do you like if I'm where can I live and still get service by the Spanish Community Center?
So our primary areas are Will County and Kankakee County. We just recently opened up an office in Kankakee, but anyone from Will County or even the surrounding areas are welcome to come. We've received people from Chicago, from Indiana, and we don't turn people away. If we don't have the services to help, we'll always connect people to the services in their area whenever possible. So for example, we received a lot of calls from Cook County recently, and we connected them to our partner welcoming centers in their area. And so we're part of
Okay.
a lot of statewide networks that
So
work
if
in
they're
that way.
listening to this and they don't know where to go, they can contact you and you'll help get them where they need to be if it's not you.
Definitely. We've had even calls from as far as Rhode Island and Florida.
Oh,
So
really?
those are a bit trickier to manage. We don't encourage people to reach out to us if they're that far. If possible, try to look somewhere else. But we are an Illinois welcoming center. So anything that's Illinois, we'll try our best to connect you.
Okay, wow. Wow. So yeah, they're up for the challenge, but yeah, don't challenge them that much with Rhode
Mm-hmm.
Island. I just always like to make sure that I can see us on Facebook, so we're good. Okay.
Mm-hmm.
Um, so we talked about a positive, and this still may have be the positive answer. I'm not sure, but with the pandemic, how has the Spanish Community Center been affected?
I would say that we've been very busy, busier than before. Just about every program has seen the numbers increase.
Mhm.
And it's a good thing and a bad thing in the sense that we feel very happy and fulfilled to know that we're able to service so many people. But at the same time, we are worried to see this uptick in needs across just about every area you can think of, whether it's housing, food, education, health. And so we're definitely seeing across the board just increasing numbers, and there's not really any slowing down. And so it's something where thankfully we've been able to help out
Mhm.
with different kinds of assistance or refer to our local partners. But it's definitely, again, a sign of the times that we're living in a time where many of our neighbors are struggling. But I want to let people know that if you're amongst those that are having a really hard time, that you're not alone. And I definitely want to encourage people to reach out. There's a lot of families that are supporting each other.
Mhm.
And I want you guys to know that Spanish Community Center, Joliet Junior College, and many other local institutions are part of your support
Mhm.
network. And so it can be difficult to reach out for that help.
Mhm.
But once you've reached out, I know so many people at JGC and Spanish Community Center that would really want to see you succeed and overcome your challenges.
Mhm. Definitely. Definitely. Um, yeah, that's what we're all about, isn't it?
Yeah.
Yeah. When we see people succeed, it just it makes us so happy, and there's always room to give back afterwards too. So that's a great thing.
hmm
So, what would you say is the best kept secret at the Spanish Community Center?
Something that I wish wasn't a secret, but in a way I feel like it often is that we do not only serve the Spanish speaking community. And I've
Mm.
noticed that many people have already broken that barrier of knowing that we serve other folks. But anytime that I have the opportunity to share that we are here for everybody, I really want to make sure that that message comes through. We've helped people who are African American, who are white, who are Polish, who are Filipino. And we want to let you know that just like there's a Spanish community center where there's folks who speak Spanish, there's also community centers that are part of a network that speak other languages like Arabic, Vietnamese, Korean. And so if you're out there and you're thinking, well, Spanish Community Center doesn't fit my needs, we can either connect you with one of our partner organizations through the Illinois Coalition for Immigrant and Refugee Rights, or if you're
Mhm.
an English speaker, all of our staff are bilingual and speak both English and Spanish. I would be happy to help.
So I think the important message is don't be afraid to reach out. You guys are
And
going to
even
help
though it
people
says
wherever they
Spanish,
need.
exactly, Spanish is definitely in our heritage and our expertise. But as we say in Spanish, mi casa es tu casa, my house is your house. And so Spanish Community Center is also your home.
That's perfect. All right. So we've heard a lot about good things about the Spanish Community Center. Is there anything else that you would like to share with us today that we didn't cover?
I did just want to share that we do have COVID specific resources at this time. Through the city of Joliet, we do have funds available for mortgage and rental assistance, as well as utility assistance. We also have a separate fund through the state of Illinois that's also for mortgage and rental assistance. So if you're not eligible for one, it's possible you may be eligible for the other. But we do need people to also make sure that if they're going to reach out for those kinds of assistance, there is quite a bit of paperwork that needs to get done. So the sooner that folks reach out, the sooner we can start that process, because it can be tedious if people wait for the last minute. It
Right.
could be really difficult to access. The other thing is we do have a partnership with a mental health expert who speaks Spanish. I know that's a really big need in the community, in the
Mhm.
sense that we have some wonderful therapists in the community who speak English as well as Spanish, but those who speak Spanish are in very limited quantity. So if there's people who are going through a lot of stress, who aren't sure where to turn to, I want people to know that that's a resource here through telehealth. So you wouldn't have to see them in person either. It would all be done through
Mm.
remote technology, which we have a setup here on our site. Uh, where if you didn't know how to use the technology, we have a nice socially distanced area where you can participate in those telehealth appointments.
Oh, that's great. I didn't realize that. I feel like
hmm
I'm learning new things today too, so this is wonderful.
We're definitely doing our best in terms of meeting the needs of the community. So it's something definitely new, but we've already tested it out with quite a few people, and they've all shared with us that it's been a wonderful experience to be able to talk to somebody through life coaching around stress
Mhm.
related to COVID-19.
Yeah, definitely. I think, even in the best scenarios during COVID, it's been stressful for all of us. So
Right.
that's a
What
great
we've
resource.
noticed is those who've never suffered from depression or anxiety are feeling it for the first time, and
Mhm.
it could be a confusing experience. And those who already had depression or anxiety are feeling it even worse.
Yeah.
And so that's
Yeah.
where we just want to let you guys know that mental health is a part of health. And there's a
Mhm.
lot of stigma around it, but we want to make sure that students as well as community members keep mental health in mind while we go through this pandemic together.
Perfect. All right. And Veronica, is there a number or email that people could reach Spanish Community Center?
Yeah, so our number is 815-727-3683, extension 5001 for the main number. I would encourage to call that number if you're not sure who to talk to. You'll hear a list of different programs. Um, but that's definitely one that I would encourage. As for if you want to connect with me directly, you can always call 815-727-3683, extension 5010.
Okay.
So the
That's
main
good.
number
We
is,
just had
oh,
somebody's watching and she just asked, "How can I get hold of Veronica?" So
so there you go. That's my number, extension 5010.
and
And
I'll
if you
put
just,
all of this in the comments so it's available if people are watching this later.
okay, yes, that would be great. My email too is very easy. It's veronica@spanishcenter.org.
Okay. Yes, I will definitely put that in. All right. This is great, Veronica. Thank you so much.
Thank you for
Guess
having me.
I feel even more excited to work with you now than we did before. I'm like, my mind's going like, we could do this and this and this.
And I feel like both JJC and Spanish Community Center serve a lot of the same folks.
Mhm.
So the more that we can continue to inform each other about what each of us is doing, the more empowered the community will be.
Yeah, I totally agree. And there's so many great things at the Spanish Community Center. So thank you so much for being here and for everything that you're doing for our community.
Thank you so much and do stay safe.
Thank you. Thank you so much.
Bye bye.